Did you know that the human brain makes up only 2% of body weight, but it consumes 20% of its energy? Now let's think about where that energy goes. Mental strength is not just about intelligence, it's about emotional resilience and psychological endurance. It's about how we manage our thoughts, regulate our emotions, and behave productively despite the challenges we face. The brain, like any muscle, can weaken if not properly exercised. So let's dive into the 10 signs of mental weakness. Starting off our list at number 10, it's the fear of failure. This is a common sign of mental weakness that can greatly limit one's ability to take risks and try new things. It's a fear that can become a roadblock to success, causing stagnation and a lack of personal and professional growth. Instead of taking that leap, it keeps you grounded in your comfort zone, preventing you from reaching your full potential. It's important to realize that everyone fails at some point. It's a part of life. But what separates the strong from the weak is the ability to learn from those failures and use them as stepping stones towards success. Instead of fearing failure, we should embrace it. It's through our failures that we learn, grow, and become better. Remember, failure is not the end but a stepping stone towards success. Coming in at number 9 is a lack of self-control. Self-control is like the captain of a ship, steering the vessel away from dangerous waters and towards the desired destination. When we lack self-control, we're like a ship without a captain, susceptible to the currents of impulse and desire that can lead us astray. Imagine a life where every whim, every fleeting desire, is acted upon without a second thought. This can result in impulsive decisions and actions that may have negative consequences. It's like eating a whole cake in one sitting. Sure, it might feel good in the moment, but later, not so much. Self-control is about understanding our impulses and desires, and making conscious, deliberate decisions about when and how to act on them. It's not about suppressing our desires, but rather, it's about managing them in a way that aligns with our long-term goals and values. Self-control is key to maintaining balance and achieving long-term goals. At number 8, we have an over-reliance on others. It's natural and healthy to lean on the people in our lives for support, advice, and companionship. But when this turns into a dependence, a reliance on others for emotional support, decision-making, and validation, that's when it becomes detrimental. Imagine a tree. If it's propped up by supports its whole life, it never learns to stand alone, to withstand the wind and weather. The same goes for us. If we're constantly leaning on others, we're not exercising our own strength, our own ability to make decisions, to validate ourselves, to face life's challenges head-on. This dependence can hinder our personal growth and development. It can keep us from becoming who we truly are, from realizing our full potential. We become like the tree, unable to stand alone, unable to weather the storm. Independence breeds resilience and self-confidence. Remember, it's okay to lean on others, but it's even more important to know that you can stand on your own. Low self-esteem comes in at number 7. It's a silent saboteur of mental strength, often hidden beneath the surface, yet causing havoc in its wake. Low self-esteem is like a shadow that follows you around, casting doubts on your abilities and whispering that you're not good enough or that you don't measure up. This lack of self-belief can limit your potential, holding you back from opportunities and experiences that could enrich your life. You might find yourself shying away from challenges, fearing failure, or constantly seeking validation from others. But here's the truth. Every person has unique talents and abilities. Low self-esteem isn't a reflection of your actual worth, but a distorted perception of yourself. It's essential to challenge these negative thoughts, to replace self-doubt with self-belief. Remember, you are more than your insecurities or perceived flaws. You have the potential to achieve great things. Believe in yourself because you are capable of more than you think. At number 6, we have procrastination. Procrastination isn't just about putting off tasks. It's a sign of avoidance, a subtle form of resistance against life's ups and downs. It's a way of saying, I'm scared of what might happen if I try. When we procrastinate, we're not just avoiding a task or a project, we're avoiding the possibility of failure, or perhaps even the fear of success. Both can be terrifying in their own ways. Failure means we have to face our flaws, and success means we have to shoulder new responsibilities and expectations. Procrastination is a mental block that keeps us from moving forward. It's a sign of mental weakness because it shows that we're not willing to face the uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our lives. But remember, embracing the challenge is the first step to overcoming it. Start with small tasks, and gradually take on bigger ones. Build your mental strength day by day. Take action today because tomorrow is promised to no one. Coming in at number 5 is negativity. It's like a thick, heavy cloud that hangs over your life, influencing your thoughts, decisions, and actions. When you're stuck in a cycle of negative thinking, you're setting yourself up for a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure and disappointment. It's as if you're looking at the world through a dark lens that paints everything in shades of gloom and doom. Imagine trying to grow a beautiful garden, but instead of watering the plants with clear, nourishing water, you're pouring in a toxic brew. That's exactly what negativity does to your mental health. It poisons your thoughts, stifles your potential, and keeps you stuck in a rut of pessimism and despair. The key to breaking free from the shackles of negativity is to cultivate a positive mindset. This doesn't mean ignoring the realities of life, but choosing to focus on the good, the potential, and the possibilities. Positivity is not just a state of mind, but a way of life. Lack of persistence takes the number 4 spot. A key sign of mental weakness is giving up too easily in the face of adversity. This is not to say that every time we face a challenge we must bulldoze our way through, but it's about the ability to stay committed to a cause, a goal, or a task, even when the road gets bumpy. Imagine a marathon runner. They don't just stop running when they start to feel fatigued, do they? No, they push through the pain, the exhaustion, and the doubt because they are committed to reaching the finish line. The same principle applies in our everyday lives. Whether it's a work project, a personal goal, or even a relationship, persistence is key. It's about having the mental strength to keep going, to keep trying, even when things get tough. And remember, every failure is just another step closer to success. Persistence is the key to overcoming obstacles and reaching your goals. At number 3, we have an inability to handle stress. Now, stress is a universal experience. It's like the salt of life, adding flavor to our everyday encounters. But when it becomes too much, it can also turn life bitter. The inability to handle stress is a significant sign of mental weakness. Stress is not inherently harmful. In fact, it can be a motivator, driving us to meet deadlines and achieve goals. However, when we are unable to manage stress effectively, it can wreak havoc on our physical and mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, heart disease, and even memory problems. Moreover, stress can trap us in a cycle of negative thinking, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure and disappointment. Therefore, developing stress management skills is crucial. It's about recognizing when stress levels are too high and taking steps to alleviate it, whether through relaxation techniques, exercise, or seeking professional help. Stress is a part of life, but how we handle it defines us. Coming in at number 2 is a lack of emotional intelligence. This isn't about acing a math test or being a whiz at trivia. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. Without emotional intelligence, your ability to form meaningful connections with others can be hindered. It's like trying to navigate a ship in the dark without a compass. You might find yourself constantly misreading situations or misunderstanding the feelings of those around you. This can lead to strained relationships and unnecessary conflicts. Moreover, a lack of emotional intelligence can also mean you're out of tune with your own emotions. You might struggle to understand why you feel the way you do, or how to manage these feelings. This can lead to a roller coaster of emotions that you're not quite sure how to get off. Emotional intelligence is key to understanding ourselves and others. So let's shine a light on our emotions and steer our ships with sureness. And the number 1 sign of mental weakness is a lack of adaptability. Picture this: you're a fish, and the water around you is constantly changing. Now, you can either adapt to the new conditions, or you can struggle, and eventually, unfortunately, fail to survive. Just like that fish, we too live in a world that is perpetually evolving, and our ability to adapt defines our mental strength. Adaptability isn't just about accepting change, it's about embracing it, using it to fuel our personal growth and resilience. When we resist change, we limit our potential, we stifle our creativity, and we hinder our ability to overcome challenges. It's like locking ourselves in a room and throwing away the key. It's not the room that's the problem, it's our refusal to find a way out. That's what lack of adaptability does, it holds us back. So remember, as the saying goes, the only constant in life is change. Adaptability is the key to surviving and thriving in an ever-changing world. So there you have it, the 10 signs of mental weakness. From fearing failure to lacking self-control depending on others, having low self-esteem, procrastinating, being negative, lacking persistence, being unable to handle stress, lacking emotional intelligence, and finally, lacking adaptability. These signs are not meant to label or condemn but rather to enlighten and guide. Remember, mental strength is not inherent, it's developed. So spot these signs, work on them, and become the best version of yourself.